want you to hold it and record so that way I can use it. Okay, so anyway, for all the people that has a MAZDA6 and you want to do an Android system, a cheap Android system, and you don't have all the necessary stuff, but you just want to put an Android tablet in your car anyway. Most of you probably already know how to take the console out. You have to remove this, and then you remove this piece here, and then you have two screws down here on the bottom and here under the thermostat controls. And in order to take this piece off, you have to put your car in neutral or either in drive. And you unplug your cigarette lighter so that way it's out of the way. If you have an auxiliary port, you can unplug that too, or you can really just leave it there, because if you leave it there, it'll easily sit to the side out of the way. Once you pull your radio out, which most of you probably won't if you're doing it the cheap way, which is what I did until I can get the rest of the parts that I need. You can take this piece, your clock and console radio, two screws, one here, one on the opposite side, unscrew it. Pull out your, well, I don't know what you want to call it. Most people call it a glove box. I got a spare one from a junkyard, and basically all I did is I just built the frame around it using styrofoam board, cut it to shape, put it back in. Tablet slides easy in and out real easy, and because I wanted to remove the tablet hit from time to time in order to put stuff on the SD card, I put a little tab in there that allows you to take the tablet, pull it out, stick it back in. And it just goes back in. Take your radio and everything, stick your console back in. Sure it's all the way in. That way you get a good fit. Two screws to come out of the console. Where's my Phillips? You're sitting on the Phillips. Now there is one problem that you may have to address, and that's going to be a little, I don't know what you want to call it. I call it a humming sound. But that would be this sound here after you plug your cigarette lighter back up. Put that back in neutral. it back up there. Okay. This would be the sound that I'm referring to for most of you. You probably can't hear it, but there's a slight humming sound that goes through the speakers whenever you have the charger plugged up into the tablet. It's gonna get like a little humming sound. Now there's two ways to address this. One, you can take a piece of wire. You see the wire? You can take a piece of wire, take your console out, go behind it, and figure out which one is your speaker wire, connect it to the speaker wire, and then ground it to the radio. Or two, there's a small little piece, it's an adapter, it's kind of like a headphone plug that you can get from Amazon. It's like about $7. It's called the noise isolator. You simply take it, plug this in, one end of your headphones into it, plug it into it, get you another auxiliary cord, plug it into the opposite end of that, plug it back into the auxiliary port, and you have it. No more buzzing, humming sound like you got 1,000 bees coming at you. And basically, that's all it is on the cheap side. And so, as far as apps and whatnot go, most of those I'm still working on, but for the most part I have the car launcher, which is here, and you don't have to get that close to it, which basically same thing as like your regular one. It gives you can add apps. I got the VLC, the music player, and for VLC is for movies. It's a free download. You can get it from the App Store. Jet Audio is basically the media player that I'm using for the music and whatnot, because I didn't like the regular audio player that was on it. And so works really well. There's a paid version for this. I don't know if there's a free version, but for the most part there are some good free versions on the App Store. You just have to deal with a lot of ads and whatnot. I didn't like the ads, so I opted out for the free version. Quick boot, that's basically set for when you turn your car off, it's gonna automatically turn your tablet off. For those of you that want to leave the tablet in the car, it will turn it off for whatever, however long you have it set for like 10 seconds, 8 seconds, or whatever. I think this one is set for like 10 seconds. If I haven't changed, I may have changed the settings on it. I'm not really sure, but for the most part, you got your power off, your recovery, reboot, all that good stuff. Okay. Yeah, see, it just turned itself off. But start the car and it turns itself back on. and shut itself completely off. So I'm gonna have to go back and redo the settings on it. And I will add an additional for that part after I get the settings reset to where it'll turn itself off and turn itself back on when you start the car and turn the car off. So that is the most of that part until I can get the other part done.